there's a chain on the shifting part logic again. Let's revise here. So for shifting, we need to start from the end of the list. So let's draw an image, then we understand. So actually we can use Excel because this is an array. So in Excel, I'm going to example creating the list, then we understand how shifting works. So we have, I'm going to say index first. 0, right? 1, 2. Let's say the num elements now is like pointing to 5. So that's the num element location, which is the size, right? So when we shift, we say we have to go to the end, which is the size num element. So that's why I'm going to say I equals to num element right here. And then what's the point of shifting? Let's say we say this is location that we're going to insert. We found it. Let's say we have element A, B, and C, and D, and E, right? So that's the contents, right? So that's the element. And we try to insert. Let's do E and F, and I try to insert D, right? So that means location should move to here, right? So I want to insert D. So this is D should go around here. Then that means we need to shift what? Shift F to 5, right? So that's why I start with I equals to num element. And then I, as long as I less than the location or greater than, right? Because it's start at end, I greater than the location. And we have to reduce I. Let's look at, right, as long as we said num elements equals to I, so I pretty much right here. So I is greater than location, yes. I minus minus because we have to move it down, then it's stop when it's equal to location. Because when it's equal to location, what we're going to do is we're going to put D at that location, which is going to look something like this. Ordered list at the location has to be equals to the element, right? Which is going to be D like there. But before we do that, we need to shift this F and E like that. That's why that's the logic for shifting. And then we can do D to replace, which this one will do that. D. Now to do shifting F and E, how would we do that inside? We have to say it was at index 4, we have to move to index 5, right? So ordered list was, this has to be index 5, but we're going to get it from so if we look at the num elements, num element is 4, right, to 5, so then it has to be I. It's actually, we don't want to do num elements because it keeps changing, but we mean at the end. But we want to move to the next one. Something like that, right? When we shift. And then it's going to reduce I to 3. It's going to take the contents of that location. it was like the content of this location is was E, right? And we take that at the location I. I is now should be 3 because I minus. Put it to 4. Right. And then we can replace. Now let's check with this. This one when we add textbook version. This one slide. They actually do index -1 to the index. So let's look at that logic. So if we do index -1, index -1, start index is num elements, which is 4. Index -1 should be what? 3. It's going to take whatever inside into that index, which is going to take. The problem is it's never shift F, so it's going to take E. Oh, I see. It will do that because num elements actually greater than index because it's +1. So that's why we do it like this is actually num elements, right? It's 5, but index is 4. So that's why it works, right? That way. So let's revise our logic then. So because we were looking at num elements in the wrong location, our logic may be wrong, right? So let's look at shifting again. So num elements actually at 5. If I do this, it's going to replace nothing in 2, right? So I should do the other way around, right? Which I should take num element is 5, correct? I'm going to take that 4 to replace 5. Add index 4 replace 5, and add index 3 replace 4. Okay? Because num element is more than the index by 1. So that should work. Alright, so we done with add. We can test now by make sure we're implementing toString. Let's test our, every time when you finish, you need to test your methods. So we require to have toString that is going to print out to see what's inside the list. So we're going to create toString. And this toString will return whatever inside the list, which I'm going to initialize list to null. And this is an array, should be very easy by using for each. So for each in Java is like this value, each value inside the ordered list is going to concatenate to the list with the value. And let's put the, if we want to have the new line, we can do /in as escape sequence. So it's going to go to the line which on the list for each, but we have to define the value, which is t type. So that's how we print out the list in array. So we need to test this. Like I said, we can use unit test now. Before we integrating into the whole application. So let's test with unit testing. In IntelliJ IDEA, after first you need to include the JUnit library, and to include that, it's very simple. Like, I already included, but I'll show you. Like, when you do a notation test, this is part of the library here. Okay, you have the like something like bubble, like the light bulbs, that it should say import include by highlighting that part, or do Alt enter, something like to fix the issue. If you look at the instruction, configure and test libraries, from this link, this will tell you like that, the exclamation, you just add the JUnit.jar, and IntelliJ will add the library for you. So that's the first step. And the second step is creating the test. So this is at the class level. So now I already include in my code, so I'm going to go and create the test at the class. Just go to the class, you see the light bulb, yellow light bulb, then drop down, create test. We're going to use it JUnit 4. Like by default, you may see Groovy JUnit, so we're going to use JUnit 4. And we pretty much just going to leave the all as default. Let's see. But actually, my destination package is different. I want to create one package, just store all the test files, so I'm going to move it to create account unit test. If you don't have one, you can just say like test package. So this is the name of my application, create an account, and I have unit test under that. You don't have the superclass, so if you want to generate setup TLDR, so this is a part of unit test, we can do that. I'm going to generate the test method. And technically you should test all the methods, so I'm going to include all of them. Alright, so now this is a method that we want to test. We need to instantiate the array order list here to use. Right, so and we can test the methods, right? We can add, so array ordered list, and we can parameterize to string now to use, and name ordered list equals to new array ordered list and string. Now if I use that, it's going to use default cap to 100. Or if you want to make it smaller, let's just say 10. Yes, actually just can be smaller than that, 5. And when you use unit test, a good thing is you can write your code to test your code. See that? You can just randomly generate a list. Can be a lot of things on the list to test. Now, ordered list, we're going to start to add a. Let's do just like what we tried to do there. Add from the Excel spreadsheet. So we have B. So we have A, B to the list. C, E, and F. And we try to. So this is our original list. I just tried to create a list. Let's do system.out to print put in the ordered list.